Okay. Here we are, trying to make it happen again. Boy, YouTube is very unforgiving when it comes to being on mobile. I don't know what this is, and it's really, really annoying. So let me take this one down. Let's see. No, get that one out. There. Hey Lisa, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh my gosh, I really need to troubleshoot this the mobile going live on YouTube. It just is very, very sketchy. So I am having a wonderful afternoon. How about you? What a beautiful day. I did some gardening. Got some plants potted. Yeah, just enjoying these, like, you know, these fall days. So, yeah, what did you do? Anything fun this weekend? Trying to get Kenny over here. He's over on a different stream. I've got to get, let's see, content. It's nice to see you on here. Let's see, live. It was a great weekend to do nothing, too. So, yeah. Here, let me get rid of this one. That one. Hey, Kenny. I know. Kenny, for real, like, I just need, like, I need an IT person, somebody who can just, like, get all the things set up and then go, okay, you're live, go. And I can be like, okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, it's really, really, it's so dumb. I can't, it's almost like, so I'm trying to, you know, if you notice, I'm oriented like this. It wouldn't let me go live or oriented horizontally. I don't know what that. I have a gratitude alarm that goes off at 6 o'clock every day. Reminds me to, be grateful for everything I have and that the world is abundant. So I just had to tell it, I'm grateful for you, and I'm here now. So yes, we are here now and it's all good. And I'm just trying to make that other stream private, take that off of public so that people don't get confused. So let's get rid of that one. And hopefully Bill will jump on here. I was at Bill's farm yesterday. I know we talked about doing a field trip out there, and it was one of those, you know what, the weather looks really good and we're just going to make this happen. So, so I went out there and it was wonderful. So I feel like we have to plan to do a group thing out there because you guys would absolutely love it. It was so, so wonderful. Get this, is that, let's see. Okay, where are we? Kenny, how was your weekend? Anything good? Anything fun? Let's see, give me a minute. There's Dr. Boggs. Dr. Boggs is in the house. So we have D squared for the doctors in the house. Now we just need, Paula on here, so we get P squared. So we have all the Paulas in the house. Let's see, here we go here. And let me get over here. Okay. Oh, I need I need a producer. That's what I need. I need my own personal producer for all of this. Okay, hold on. No, Okay, yeah, there we go. Get that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, sticking with me. I gotta tell you though, too, this is why a lot of people don't go on social media. This is why a lot of people don't do videos. This is why a lot of people don't get their messages out. This is why a lot of people are afraid to tell their story, because all the technology gets in the way. And to me, it's like, let's just do it. And it's just messy. And who cares, right? And super grateful for all of you. If we just talk about my gratitude alarm and saying, I'm super grateful that you all are, offer me that grace to just sit here and have it. It's just messy trying to get all of this tech together and then come on and deliver the story and the message. So thank you all so much. But I also use it as a lesson that if you're wanting to get a message out, if you're wanting to, share a story of some sort, does not have to be perfect. I am living proof that it does not have to be perfect. So Kenny said, meh, head to work yesterday to just watching football, nothing crazy exciting. So a super relaxing day though, right? What a beautiful day. The sun is shining. I was telling Ron, I'm like, I've been working in the yard, 3 showers later, and it's been crazy. Like the debris is crazy. So I had to clear out. There's this, it's called pokeweed, and it has these these berries. I'll show you what they are here. Let me unplug that. Hopefully I'm plugging my phone. Yeah. I know. Well, I always shower before the gym, so I went to the gym. Then I finished with the gym. Then I came home and I started taking care of these pokeweed. And the pokeweed has these like awful berries on them. I mean, if only they were edible. Like, look at the ground. And then Bentley rubs up against them. And I don't want to walk over there because my feet will get purple. But you can see all the berries, right? So they're actually toxic. You can't eat them. And so I'm chopping them down, and they just, man, it's so hard to keep them contained. They're growing wild in my neighbor's yard, and then they hang over into my yard. So I just went whoosh and just whacked them all down. So yeah, my whole body was purple, and then I started to itch. Because then also, is it getting into your skin? Because again, it is toxic. So I didn't want it to linger on my skin too long. And I'm also the person that, when it's beautiful, I'm out here in shorts and a sports bra. Like I don't like to be like fully clothed head to toe. So I usually wait to do like heavy brush work when it's a little cooler, because then I can put long sleeves on and long pants on. So yeah, it is a lot of them. Dr. Boggs says that I'm a better chiropractor than him. Ron, come on now. You got a few years on me. You've got some wisdom, I'm sure, that I don't have. That's very kind of you. But, we got how many years of, let's see, I got 25, 26, coming on 26 years. How many years do you have in practice? I mean, we could teach some people some things about chiropractic and health. There's Bill. Hey, Bill. Welcome. So, so I wanted to share my story yesterday about being at Bill's farm. And it was amazing. And I got some video and some pictures. So y'all will see that come out, hopefully when I get off of this live, I have the energy to edit it. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel. So Ron has 35 years in practice. Yeah, it's a lot of experience. So, he and I have these great conversations about how do we just forge ahead and get people to really step into their health and take responsibility. And, what do you have to do to get people to wake up to, while we know that chiropractic helps balance out your nervous system, and your nervous system is the key to everything. and a lot of people just think of chiropractors for neck and back pain. So that's you hurt your neck, you hurt your back, then people think of the chiropractor. Then they go to the chiropractor and they have an experience like, wow, my sinuses are cleared up, or I'm not having any more headaches, or my digestive problems aren't as bad or have gone away. So you start having these other side benefits, I would say, and you recognize that chiropractic is really about making your nervous system as sound and balanced as possible so that your body can heal itself. So when it comes to, and this ties into being at Bill's yesterday, because one of the things that I really like to bring to you is, what are all the pillars of health? What are all the ways that we can live so that our bodies, our mind, our, physical, mental, emotional, all of those things, how can we bring all of those pieces together? Hey, he's eating a hickory nut. So Bill, he wasn't eating them yesterday, but now they're in a bowl over there floating, and he wants to grab those. Anyway, sorry. But what are all the ways that we can that we can impress upon people to take responsibility for their health? So it's not just waiting until you get neck pain or back pain, but also listening. So when you have a symptom, your body is screaming for attention. That is the fire alarm. The smoke has been smoldering. You have spasms a couple of times a year. This is a really common, story where people will say, I usually get back spasms a couple times a year. It puts me down for 3 or 4 days and then I'm fine. That is the smoke. The fire, the spark has been smoldering, and each time it gets worse and worse and worse. And then you end up in our offices 10, 20 years later and you go, I don't know why it's so bad this time. This is the worst it's ever been. It's because you were ignoring the smolder. You were ignoring that small spark. You were ignoring the smoke that has been encompassing all around you. And now the fire alarm's going off and you're wondering why, what happened? Your electrical system has been out of whack for so long and you've just been ignoring it. And now we have to bring the whole fire department in. So it's just something that, that's really the message by bringing you all these different pillars. We talk about, I talk about the physical things and moving your body. I talk about mental, emotional, things that bring you happiness and joy. Talk about chemical, the toxins in the air, and trying to live as toxin-free as you can. All of those things are critical. So, that brings me to, so Lisa says, I'm going to pause for 1 second because then we're going to launch into my experience at Bill's. Lisa says, honestly, I'm terrible when it comes to my health, not going to sugarcoat it. So Lisa, you just dropped a really serious statement into the comments. And I want you to read it, and I want you to read it again. And I want you to ask yourself, does that feel good to even say that about yourself? And so when you say, you're terrible when it comes to your health, you are the only one that can take care of you. You are the only one that can make it that better. And so what is going to be the thing that is going to get you to say, I am worth more? I'm worth more than how terribly I treat myself. I'm worth more than that, because you are. I honestly have said this a million times. Our health, good health, vitality is our God-given birthright, and we just drive it into the ground. So Lisa, I hope that this message, I hope that you can close your eyes tonight, visualize what it would be like if I waved a magic wand for you and it wasn't terrible and it looked amazing and your life was as beautiful from a health perspective, physical, mental, emotional, and you had that vitality and everything was functioning. What would that look like for you? And that is a world, and I'm telling you, I really want you to do this. I want you to get yourself a journal and write this out and and say, okay, I'm waving the magic wand. What does it look like? And there's no but this and but that. There's no excuses in that world. I'm waving the magic wand. What do you want it to look like? And who do you have to become to get it? That's the big question. Who do you have to become? You have to become the person who decides that you want something better than where you're sitting at right now. You have to become the person that decides that, eating a donut every day. I know donuts get... I really villainize donuts, don't I? I almost stopped at the cider mill and got a donut. I'm like, I'm not ready for my one donut. I do have one donut a year from the cider mill. But my point is, when you are, and gosh, I was on the lake with some friends last weekend, I think, and we were getting some snacks at the store, and I bought like sugar snap peas and, beef sticks, and I bought all the healthy stuff, right? And my friend I was with, he said, well, we don't eat like this every day. There's Dr. Jen. Oh, we got 3 docs in the house. Yes. And I said, here's the deal. When you are living a life that is, I'll just say 90%, you're living 90% with good, healthy habits, mindset, your physical health, your mental, emotional health, and how you eat, what you're putting in your body. When you're living that life, and then you go out on a boat and you eat some potato chips, like I did, because potato chips are my downfall. I think I've shared that with you, full disclosure. Oh my gosh, there's a guy on it's the parachute. Let me show you. It's the parachute with the motor. He's coming right over my house. Can you see it? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Sorry, I digress. But you don't see that every day, do you? I'll bet you that guy's enjoying life, right? What kind of joy do you think that person is experiencing right now? What kind of joy do you think it takes to be way up there? Yeah. Joy and, perhaps, a set of something that I don't have. I have ovaries. I have the other part of it. I would not be up there. Let me just say that. That does not bring me joy. Hey, if it brings other people joy, kudos to them. But listen, I'll tell you what. If you're not healthy, you can't do shit like that. That's the thing. When I was in Phoenix and I was up, on that mountain, and I said, this is why you take care of yourself, so that you can do things like this. That's why. And I keep talking about my fall. And so you can recover quickly, so you can continue to do things like this. So this is what I want for each and every one of you. What is it you want to do? And who do you have to become in order to get what you want for your God-given birthright? So let me read these comments. All right, so Lisa, that's your assignment today. I want better for you, but you have to want better for yourself. I cannot care about you more than you. And so put pen to paper, girl. Let's get you on track. Dr. Ron says those episodes will get worse, last longer, and be more intense, no doubt, 100%. And that's why 20 years goes by and you finally end up at the chiropractor and you go, I've been able to get rid of it before. Yeah, but you were just ignoring the smoke, the smoldering smoke. Ultralights, hang glider, Dr. Jen. Kenny says, very cool. I've seen that out this way before. Got to be the same guy. Yeah, probably. Lisa says, this is why I love being here. I'm learning a lot and trying to figure a way to enjoy life to the max. And and I appreciate you being here, Lisa. And we're here, that's why I have this channel, because I want to help you with all of the different aspects. Years ago when I was first getting into practice, I only adjusted people. And, while the adjustment is such a critical part of health, I started to realize that I had patients who were coming in who were so metabolically unfit. And so I started to realize, if I'm adjusting you, if I'm putting a correction into your nervous system in order to allow your brain to communicate with your body better, so that your body can heal itself, but you're leaving here and going through the McDonald's drive-through. There's no amount of adjustments that's going to help you. And that's just the way it is. And there are some chiropractors who might disagree with me, because see, we have this, these sides, I guess, if you will, these teams, or what I'm trying to think of, in chiropractic, we're called straight or mixer. And hey, if you are watching, please hit that thumbs up button for me. The straight chiropractors only adjust the spine, period. They don't do anything else. They won't adjust a shoulder or elbow and knee. They won't talk to you about nutrition. They won't tell you to drink more water. They might, but straight chiropractors believe in only adjusting the spine and the body will take care of itself. Mixers, which is what I am, is we mix it up and we bring in all the different things and we help you with nutrition and we do therapy, and I teach you how to, what if your walk is completely wonky and it keeps throwing you out of alignment after I adjust you? So we do gait training and I show you exercises that help also then to solidify your brain's ability to connect with your body. We're completely out of whack. Jen, dirty mixer, that's me. I know. And it's crazy, right? Because I'm like, okay, so wait a minute. If I'm adjusting you and then you're running down the street to McDonald's and then you decide, maybe you need a multivitamin, and you run over to Whole Foods and you go and you're looking glazed eye over the shelves of everything, you're going out into the world with zero guidance. You're trying to find guidance from a million different places. And so I decided I wanted to be the one place. I wanted to be that place where I could help you find your answers so that you didn't have to go out into the world of freaking confusion. It's so confusing out there. So, yes, Jen, for sure. I know you're a dirty mixer too. Yeah. Sports chiro and rehab. Absolutely. We have to, right? And Dr. Ron says, our side is correct, by the way. Yes, I agree. Yes. Kenny says he's got insanity. The hang glider guy. Yes. I don't know. What did you guys call those? Ultralights. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. And Lisa says, and the internet isn't any less confusing. Yeah, it's nuts, right? Because one day you should eat eggs, the next day you shouldn't. One day, people will come into me and they'll say, they'll say, oh gosh, I'm trying to even think of some of the crazy things that people will ask me about. Oh, I heard that, I heard you shouldn't eat avocados anymore. Just something dumb like that, right? But then, then they'll go and, drink a soda. I don't know, just like spitballing here. But, people need to stop and think about the questions that they ask, because in the world of confusion, they don't even know what to ask. They don't even know what they're asking. And they're not even really sure what the answer is that they're looking for. So, Jen, I'll rock an atlas any day of the week. You go, girl. Jen's pretty new in practice, so that's awesome that you are rock that atlas, baby. Turn it on. Kenny, it's pop, not soda. I know. I lived in California for a while, so I kind of got used to saying soda. Let's see. Yes, Dr. Jen, do it. Yes. And I just go back to like my patient, my highly intelligent patient who came in last week, who said he was doing really good, avoiding gluten, dairy, corn, soy. And then he said, so I went and I bought a bunch of gluten-free pastries, right? So if you weren't on this live chat last week, and I looked at him and I go, what are you talking? Like, I think my jaw like slammed to the ground. And he's like, what do you mean? What, why? And I go, what about all the sugar and the seed oils? And he said, well, my doctor didn't tell me not to eat sugar. So this is where I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. The pastry guy, Kenny, like literally. And so this is where like the confusion, right? Now, again, this is a highly intelligent person, and I think maybe even Kenny, you said something about common sense. So there was that piece of it, which I'm still like, I've never in 25 years experienced anything like that. Maybe like years ago when there was a woman who told me that her kid and her husband were really unhealthy. And she said her kid was super unhealthy because all he would eat is ring bologna and McDonald's French fries. And I'm like, and who's driving the car? Yeah. How about you just not drive through the drive-through? How'd you introduce your kid to McDonald's French fries to begin with? Let's start there. Lisa says, from the way I grew up, if you take all the stuff away, there's nothing left to eat. Right. That's why you have to watch this channel. That's why you have to, hear of different ways. And how do you make those transitions? And how do you because, if you're, a lot of people, they're like, well, what the heck am I supposed to eat? What am I supposed to do? That's the big question. So that's where a lot of times, I can talk about an elimination diet, but then I will always tell you, but here's what you should eat, or so we're going to avoid this stuff, but let's lean into this stuff. So good. You know what? And thank you. I appreciate you saying that I'm not judgmental. I might make fun of you, but I'm only going to do it to your face. Okay. Like that's because I love you. There's Paula. There's P squared. Get the party started. All right. So I want to tell you guys, let me plug my computer in here. I want to tell you about my visit to Bill's farm yesterday. So Bill is I'm going to get this right, Bill, a 5th generation farmer. So he owns Nash Nurseries, and his son is actually helping him. So son is 6th generation, and then had the pleasure of meeting his granddaughter, who is 7th generation. Isn't that amazing? So he has a 200-acre farm, and he does mostly trees and plants. I would probably say mostly perennial plants. I don't know. Do you do any annuals, Bill? Seems like mostly perennials. Hey, Make It by Mandy. How are you? Nice to see you. It's been a while. Yay. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And hey, if you are here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button for me. So one of the things that I loved about going to Bill's, and again, we did a video, and you'll see a video, that'll be edited. That'll take me a little bit to do that. But, I commented in the video and in our interview about how, being out there and being in nature fuels your soul. It fuels your mental health. And when we talk about mental health and here's what I believe now. I don't know if this is the case for everybody but hey, early bird, how are you, Brad? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Hit the thumbs up button for me, please. How are you, my friend? So good to see you. So I believe that when you're in nature, if you pay attention, it's so easy. We're in a world where we're just moving so quickly that I think when we first get in nature, it can feel very uncomfortable, meaning it's hard to relax. It's hard to decompress. It's hard to take it all in, right? Because we're so used to, we got to check our phone. We got to call somebody. We got a thing to do. So it's interesting how we get in nature and we can, even though we're like, oh, what a beautiful maple tree turning red. And then you just, boom, you're back to your busy life. So what I'd like you to do is when you get in nature, I want you to stop. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to look around, because all of that actually is very calming to your nervous system. Now, when I was at Bill's yesterday, I could feel my nervous system just, and not that I'm a nervous person, but you get in that environment and it's like you just feel any tension that you have just going down. It's just the beauty of everything, right? And then the history of his farm and all the things that they planted, things that his grandfather and great grandfather planted, and then things he planted and things his son planted. And you think, wow, when you plant those things, you have to look at that like, that's an investment. It's an investment in the future. And you're going to hear a couple of, some funny things as we talk about that, is that, the investment in the, he planted a whole bunch of black walnut trees when I think his grandfather or your father died. Forgive me, Bill. I forgot. You told me so many great stories yesterday. Lisa says, Dr. Paula isn't joking. Working in my yard every evening was pure joy. It is. It really is. It's cathartic. It's almost meditative, right? So I want you to think about this when we talk about meditation, and people are like, I can't meditate. I can't sit. I can't. My brain won't shut off. You can do a moving meditation. And to me, walking around the yard, pulling weeds, looking at the flowers, looking at things grow, looking at your progress, milling around. My phone was inside all day. I was texting a little with Ron this morning, and then I set my phone inside, and it was like, I didn't want my phone when I was out here. Like, I wanted to disconnect from that and just be with nature. And so yeah, Lisa, I'm so glad you find joy in that. And joy is a very, very high, what we call vibrational state, meaning when you are in a state of joy, you attract so much more joy. You attract so much more goodness into your life. So if you feel like, things aren't going well, or you're having anxiety, or, maybe you're having a challenge, a life challenge of some sort, go out, do something that brings you joy. Do something that brings you joy, right? So whether it's just walking around in your yard, maybe it's calling a friend, maybe it's, looking at old photos of loved ones, or memories, whatever it is. To me, listening to music, singing, there's so many things. I have a list of things that bring me joy because, if I need to tap into that, I'll go read that. So if you tap into the things that bring you joy, you can immediately raise your vibrational state, which then can take you out of the, anxiety, guilt, shame levels. So Mandy says, I love being outside. It's my happy place. It sure is. Yeah. So being at Bill's yesterday was really, really amazing. I learned so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, he's got so many amazing. So yesterday was Dr. Jen walking outside, anything outside in nature, for real. Like, that's my happy place. I wanted hickory nuts. So I love in the fall, I love to make hickory nut tea. And yes, Paula, the ocean is my happy place. Anything water, right? Of course, Bill has a couple of ponds, and I took Bentley, and oh my gosh, Bentley and his dogs. Wasn't that great to watch the dogs? Bill, you see your dogs doing that every day. But oh my gosh, it was so great to see Bentley. He had so much fun. Okay, mister. What are you doing over there, mister? Yeah. He had a ball. And the weather was absolutely perfect. And I'm so glad I went yesterday because it's looking like it's going to rain next Saturday, Bill. So glad. Hey, Brad says, I ride my lawnmower to relax. Actually, but that's the thing, right? A lot of people, because I'm like, I hate mowing the lawn. I hire somebody to do that. And I have so many patients like, I love mowing my lawn. I love to get on my mower and throw a podcast on, or just, music or something. Mowing the lawn can be a form of meditation, right? Bentley, he enjoyed the water and the mud. He got a bath today, Bill. He got a bath today. So, Dr. Jen says, we boat all year long here in Atlanta. Yeah, anything on the water. I'm always like, I want to seek water. So, yeah, your brother does the same, Paula. Yeah, with the mower, for sure. It's amazing. Like, everybody has something different, right? I mean, people might look at, the gardening and they're like, it's too much work. Actually, I did a video today about how people say it's too much work. And, I have I have my harvest from today and yesterday sitting over there, so I'm going to show it to you. But you know, it's too much work. Okay, well, listen, when you start to get your health on track, it's always too much work. It's always, you have to tap in. You've got to do things that you don't normally do. You cannot get to where you want with the same habits that got you there. So when you want something better for yourself, what is it? Again, who are you going to become? But see, what happens now is all the commitment, the time, the energy that it took to put this garden in, to get the dirt right, to get the plants in, to stake everything up. That took a lot of time and effort. And y'all know, anybody out there gardens, and of course Bill's got a friggin' farm, like it's constant. But when I can now go out, like Mother Nature now, she's taking care of me. So I hardly touch the garden. And I go out like every 2 to 3 days, and I get half to a whole bushel of tomatoes and peppers and eggplant and squash. I mean, it's amazing. So, and that's how your health is, right? That's why, again, once you get your health to where it needs to be, you can have that 10%. You can go on a boat and have your, Cape Cod potato chips, right? That's my favorite. But anyway, so that's what it says. So that's why it's like, no, you can't have your potato chips anymore. You gotta shore that up. Or, you can't have ice cream at 10 o'clock at night anymore. For a while, you have got to adopt some different habits. So one of the things that we talked about yesterday, so we got Bill. So I got some hickory nuts from Bill, which is great. Got a bunch of hickory nuts. I loved that. Thanks, Jen, for being here. Appreciate you stopping in. So hickory nuts are really, really amazing. They are in the pecan family. And I didn't realize you had pecans, Bill, so that was kind of cool. And what grows better, the pecans or the hickory? I didn't ask you that. And then all the chestnuts. And Bill, like, I think I got like a dozen chestnuts. Why didn't I get more chestnuts? I have to come and get more chestnuts, or bring me some in a couple of weeks. I need more. I mean, I know I got the frozen ones, but I do legit like to throw them onto the applewood and roast them. So hickory is harder or better, or easier to grow. Pecans grow better in a pie tin in the front. Kenny, I gotta tell you, pecan pie. Yeah. Yeah, I love me some pecan pie. Oh, hickory's hardier than pecan. Okay. Paula says, I went to my in-laws this week, raided their garden, acorn squash, butternut squash, green. Oh my gosh. Butternut squash lasagna. You have to send me that recipe. That sounds amazing. Yeah, Kenny, pecan. My grandmother made those little pecan tarts is what they call them. I like those because then I can eat one and then I'm good, right? Yeah. I don't need to like eat a whole bunch. I just want a couple. They're so good. Oh my God. Mandy says, I don't like pie, but I do love the crust, right? So, anybody remember the hostess pies? My favorite was the cherry. Like, I couldn't even imagine eating that garbage now, but my favorite was the cherry pie. And I would like scoop out the cherries, and then I'd eat the crust. That's how I was with Pop-Tarts too. I loved, the crust was my favorite, so I totally feel you on that. Kenny says, it's not quite enough. I know, but yeah, I'm mostly a salt lover, Mandy, unless it's something really good. Yep. So Lisa says, root veggies, rutabaga, turnips, absolutely good for you, for sure. Yeah, so one of the things I love to do with root vegetables is, so I'll take turnips, acorn squash, whatever kind of hard squash you got. What else? Beets, yellow beets, golden beets. I will also take, like kind of anything, carrots, anything like that. Cube them up and then toss them in a bowl with a little bit of coconut oil, because that takes high heat. Coconut oil, some cinnamon, salt, pepper, garlic, and then I may or may not sometimes chop up like a half a pound of bacon and throw it in there. And then, but it's got to be uncured because I love some bacon. And then throw it in the oven at like 450. And it fries up the bacon and it sears up everything. Oh my gosh. It's so, so good. So you'll love that. And then you can also throw in, I'll throw in Brussels sprouts too with that. Really, really good. A lot of cancer fighters in those root vegetables. Not sure how the bacon fits in with that, but bacon's good with everything. So Lisa says, I grew them one year, but my garden has been on a commission for the last 2 years. Mandy says, hope you're able to get it going next year. Yes. Yeah, good. Yeah, I know. It's hard to, the root vegetables for me, I lose them, right? So because my back garden has so many perennial weeds that grow in there. Hey, Howie, how are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you hit that thumbs up button, sir. Howie and I was on his live this morning talking about how, Sundays are like decompression days. So we don't always see Howie, but you managed to jump on here. So I sure appreciate you. If we can so we go back to just the overarching theme of being at Bill's farm. This was something, again, 5 generations later, that was an investment. That was a commitment. That was something that, we're living in a world where, everybody wants immediate gratification, but things take time to grow, and they take, we have to invest these things into ourselves. So, thank you so much, Howie. He says, best to you, Doc. So this is what I want for you. We have to function. We have to start thinking in a little bit more of a delayed gratification mindset, because we're not going to get health with immediate gratification. You can't do it. So you have to tell yourself, it's one day at a time, one more day, and just start. And it's going to be messy, So I said in the beginning of this podcast is that all the tech stuff, it's messy, it's dumb. I still can't figure it out, and I'm good at it, right? I feel like the platforms completely change the rules on me. But I still, it's a commitment. It's a commitment to be here. It's a commitment to grow this channel. It's a commitment to be here for you, to give you these messages so that you can then tap into yourselves and start wanting, I know everybody wants something better for themselves. That's not the problem. The problem is, how are you going to get it? We all want something better, but then we have to really take a good long look in the mirror. And, hey, I'm not getting where I want to be. What am I doing? What am I not doing? Who am I? Think about that. Who do I need to become? Mandy says, there are many healthy things we can grow inside that grow fast, like sprouts. Yeah. I'm probably going to do some sprouting in the winter. And I think that's a really great idea. Yeah. So thank you for, dropping that in here. And then, I did just I planted a whole bunch of stuff for next year. Lisa says, I become a couch potato since the vid. I used to be active until 10 p.m. and loved it. And that's the thing too. It's one of those where, it kicks your butt, and some people have had long-term issues, and there's ways to get through that. So it's a thing. It's a real thing, but we can't let it kick your butt. You have to be bigger than that. And let's get you to a better place, Lisa. Howie says microgreens are nice to have. And the thing is, like, I have so many greens right now. I was going to do microgreens, for the summer, but, I have so many greens. In fact, one of the things I did today was I took a lot of my peppers that, I was like, if I don't get these things cooked down, they're going to spoil. So I threw them on the grill with some apple wood, and then they're cooling right now. I'll saute them up with some tomatoes, and I had an eggplant in there, throw some garlic in there. I'll saute everything, and then I'll freeze it. And then it makes like a really nice chutney. You could throw it in soups, or just, use it as a appetizer or something. Makes a nice, appetizer if you're going to a party. So, again, it's food preservation time, right? So we went from, okay, all the effort went in, and now I'm harvesting. And then I think in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be making salsa. So it's a lot. But it's okay. It's okay. It also gets us through, right? To have our own food. Brad says, have to run. Have a great night. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Brad. Sure do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's really good, Lisa. It's really good. And then you could do like some burrata cheese, which I'm actually looking, still haven't gotten my raw milk yet. But I'm going to get the raw milk, and I'm going to make some fresh ricotta and some mozzarella. Can you imagine that? Like that applewood smoked chutney with some fresh homemade burrata. Oh my God, it'd be amazing. Baku from Korea. Hey, thanks for jumping on here. Nice to see you here. Welcome. We do have a worldwide channel, so appreciate you being here from all the way around the world. Thank you for stopping in. We were talking about health and wellness and all the things you can do to keep your health on track. Mandy says, I did so much canning and dehydrating this year. It's a push to get it growing than another to preserve it. It really is. Isn't it crazy? I feel like for about 6 weeks in the fall, it's like, oh my God, every waking moment is preservation time. Which, Bill, I need apples too. I've got to do applesauce, and what else didn't I get from you? I need some apples. Lisa says, I used to do all the things. I miss it. And you're giving me so much motivation. Okay, Lisa, do you want to come over for salsa making? I'm doing a salsa class. I haven't figured out how much it's going to cost yet, because I just have to, because everybody will leave with salsa. And then I just have to like calculate it. But I think it's going to be probably around like $50-$60. And you'll leave with my salsa, which is my recipe. So, yeah. In January, February, when you open that can of fresh summer tomatoes, for real, you will never ever get tomatoes that fresh as when you can them. So yes, Ron, are you coming for salsa? I know you want to come for salsa. And I'm doing it on a Wednesday, which I know you're not in the office on Wednesdays, so you could totally be here for salsa. Yeah, I know Bill's had my salsa too. So Bill, one of the things that Bill taught me yesterday, we've talked about pawpaws. And if you don't know what a pawpaw is, again, I always say this, I learned it to be a Michigan banana. I think that's what my mom told me it was. My mom grew up with them in West Virginia. And they're I would liken them to consistency to a really soft banana, and maybe banana tasting, but a little richer. So Bill also grows pawpaws, and which, Bill, I still need another pawpaw tree. I came home and I was like, wait, I have all these things I needed to get. But I think I'll wait, and I'll get that from you in the springtime. Yeah, I know my salsa is legit. Like you could, it's like gazpacho, right? It's so good. Mandy says, so good on baked potatoes. It's good on everything. Yeah. I use it, like I'll poach fish or chicken, with it. Yeah, it's so good. So the pawpaws are actually the only native fruit to North America. Am I getting that information right, Bill? Again, you taught me so much, so I apologize if I'm being a poor student, but yeah, it was like, that's really interesting that, everything else that grows, all the other vegetables or fruit that grow, are not native to America. And that the other thing that Bill taught me was that was it the apples and the European bees, which oh my God, that one blew my mind. Okay, so Bill says it's the largest native fruit east of the Mississippi. Yeah, I think about that. Like, everything else has been brought over here, you know? So yeah, it was growing here, and then people came, and, you know, so, which is interesting that with it being the largest native fruit, that it hasn't become more popular, right? So yes, to the U.S. And then what was the I thought, was it the apples and the European bees? Tell me about the European bees again, Bill. If you just give me a little clue, and I'll remember. Apples are not native; they're from Asia, right? Okay, so we need a different kind of bee to pollinate these apples. Which I was like, wait, I just thought bees just did what bees do. But no, there's certain bees that will only pollinate certain things. I had no idea about bee behavior, right? I mean, it's really, nature's fascinating when you think about it. Mandy says, I've never even heard of a pawpaw. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so let me show you guys. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. And then I want to show you, Bill, I finally got all my plants planted. So, okay. Let me make that smaller there. Let me go to the pawpaws first. I got my hickory nuts. This is a little float test for hickory nuts to see if they're good. So this batch is good. If they float to the top, then they're not good. So I got to get them out of there. But here's the chestnuts. I mean, look at how beautiful those are. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, look at these. Howie, you'd love these. I picked these from Bill's farm yesterday. Aren't they amazing? Just incredible. Okay. Oh, here's the pawpaws. So I got these yesterday. These are totally green, and they're already turning. So pawpaws turn really fast. That's why they're not a highly marketable crop. So these are ready to eat now. I'll probably just throw these in the freezer because then I can pull those out later. But this was my harvest from my garden today. So peppers, tomatoes, squash. I thought the squash was done. I thought the cucumbers were done. The basil, I'm going to dry all that out. Can you smell that? Oh my gosh, can you smell it? Oh, so good. But yeah, those are gorgeous. Did you get some water there, mister? These are the squash. Maybe somebody, Howie, can you identify that for me? I don't know what it is, but it is the best squash ever. Howie. So Bill has pawpaws. In fact, Bill is, Bill, I was talking with you about Howie on Howie's Live. So you need to go follow Howie at Food Forest Permaculture, because we were talking about how much, just what a wealth of knowledge you are. So Howie, Bill has, he's part of a cooperative here in Michigan where they're trying to get the pawpaws. So they're taking the pawpaws from the farmers, and then they send them to a facility here, and they take all the puree out, and then they freeze it. So now if we can freeze it, because they have to ripen on the tree, because they don't have a whole lot of life after they get picked. So if they can pick them and then immediately go for processing, freeze them, then we can turn pawpaws into a viable, marketable crop. So that's what Bill is really working on with the pawpaws, is trying to get more producers of pawpaws, and trying to then help to get this crop out into the hands of so many people, right? So we had some pawpaw ice cream yesterday, and we're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that would be amazing. Like, can you imagine going into a restaurant and having pawpaw creme brulee or something like that? So what are you, I think, so Mandy, I think you can grow them there, because I think Howie said he grows them there. What are you barking at? Yeah, freezing is best for sure. And then, so I'm actually I've got the pawpaw puree, but I'm gonna make pawpaw, like bread, like banana bread. And then I also have chestnut flour. So Bill gave me some chestnut flour. So I'm gonna make bread with the chestnut flour using the pawpaw puree, and then I'm gonna put sliced chestnuts in it. So like, you know, like how you would put walnuts in bread. So, hey, it's all an experiment. Doesn't that sound amazing? Let's see. Howie says, I picked 60 pounds today of pears. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'll have to go watch that video. Yeah. You know, one of the things I love is pear sauce, but yeah, I guess that I don't know. I haven't, pears aren't doing great. What are we barking at? I don't even know. There's a whole thing of toys here. Is this what we're looking at here? What are we looking at? Okay, I have no idea what he wants. So yeah, I will definitely go watch that video. I know, he's barking for me to pay attention. I know. So Howie says, I took 2 of my students on a forage. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. So Bill says, that's a lot of pears. Do you ever make perry? What is pear? What do you, I think you were meaning to say something else. Ooh, we could do pear cider, Bill. Let's make some pear cider. You said your pears weren't doing so great though, right? Do you have cider apples, or like, can you make cider out of any apple, or do you need cider apples? And what are you going to do with all of those pears, Howie? That sounds amazing. Do you put them in cold storage, or, oh, Perry is pear cider. Okay. See, I learn something from you all the time, Bill. You guys, seriously, I have no idea what he's barking at. I think he wants me to get the nuts out of the bowl. So funny. So then I planted these. So I got these plants, I don't know, a couple months ago. These are kiwi. So 2 little kiwi. So I decided to leave these in plants for now, because I need to really figure out where I want everything to go. Look at my daisies. You guys, I love those daisies. It's so beautiful. This is a pomegranate. And so we got this when we went to Hartman's blueberry farm. And so pomegranates apparently grow really well here in Michigan. And so we were all gifted a pomegranate plant and told to plant it and take note of where we plant it and how we plant it, just for, to study how they grow here. So I think I'm going to overwinter it in that pot. This is blueberry, and I'm just going to leave, these are all going to stay in pots for the winter. I'm going to take them in the, it was Hartman's blueberry farm, Kenny, over in the west side of the state. So Howie says he's storing half, giving the rest to the student and the people in the village. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know pomegranates grew here in Michigan, so this will be a treat to have this. So there's elderberry there. These are ground raspberries. This is more elderberry here. That's ground raspberry. So I thought that was cool as a ground cover. And then this is, what is this? I think this is, that's an elderberry. There's my fig, Bill. There's my fig. She's not doing great, but okay. Hopefully now that she's in a big pot, she'll appreciate that. There's a blueberry. There's another blueberry. And then here's another fig. This one's doing a little better. And then here's my grafted apple. So you can see my beautiful graft there that Bill helped me with. And I mean, that apple tree is doing really, really well. So all these guys, they're just going to stay in pots for the winter. And then come springtime, I'll get them out into the ground. I have something else. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are the kiwi there. I think that's it. So, yeah. The flowers are still doing okay. My impatiens are completely gone, but my petunias are doing beautiful. And begonia for the win. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, Howie. So, yeah, so the figs are going to always stay in the pot, and eventually I might even put them in a bigger pot. We'll see how they do. I don't know, how big of a pot should they get in? But yeah, I found these, I went and looked at these pots that have they're like dollies that you at Home Depot, but they were weird. I thought they were going to be really cool, but they were kind of weird. So I didn't want to put the figs in there. So I'm just going to leave them in the pot, probably put it on wheels and just roll it in and out. Yeah, so super excited to have figs. That's going to be amazing. So Bill says as big as you can handle. Okay. I could go one size bigger. What, maybe a 15-gallon. Let's see, hold on. The pomegranate is in that big pot you brought me, Bill. This one. That one. And then I don't know what that is. Is that a 15-gallon? 20-gallon? Not sure. Whatever that big giant one is. I probably need 2 more of those for the figs. But I can plant those. Yeah, so Mandy, I have a couple of those circle trays. I made a few of them years ago. They're in the garage. So, but yeah, I've got to get a few more. Might even still have the wheels and the discs to make more. So, so yeah, what I really want is just like one big dolly wagon and just throw them on there so I can move the whole wagon around. So like one of those, maybe I'll go steal one of those Home Depot carts. I feel like that's what I need. Yeah, but for sure, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So the big one is 15-gallon, Bill? Yeah, because I feel like that's where I would eventually want the figs, right? So yeah, it's all a process, you guys, right? It's the investment. It's the, they're not going to grow overnight, and they need tending to, and they need more attention. And until Mother Nature is able to take off with them, then I need to pay more attention to it. So circling back to, what are you doing with your health? How are you taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health? This, again, to look at these things, to look at the fruits of my labor, to look at my garden that is almost on autopilot, but then I just tapped into another. I had to replant all these other plants, and I have to baby them now, and so I'm in another phase, right? So it's never over. Taking care of your health in your life is never over. There's always another phase. So tap into it. What is going to inspire you? Again, I would encourage everybody to journal it out. What is it you want? If you think of, I'm waving my magic wand today, what does it look like for you? And who do you have to become to make that happen? So, your puppy's keeping you on your toes. I know. I did a video also of if you need a dog to keep you moving, because the days that you don't want to move, you look at your dog and you go, okay, yeah. Which thankfully out at Bill's yesterday, oh my God. I mean, I don't even know. Bentley, I don't even know how many miles these dogs ran. It was crazy. And we were in the Kubota the whole time. So they were like running, and then running into the pond. And it was constant. So I'm pretty sure he's got to be sore today. But thankfully, with all of that, I didn't have to walk him today. I was like, I'm going to give him a rest. So yeah, that was good. Kenny, if I could make you 19 again, I mean, I am perpetually 29, right? I think maybe I have to upgrade and say I'm 39. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I could put a filter on here and say I'm 39. I don't even know. I don't even know what these... Oh, here we go. Yeah, there you go. There. Now I'm just black and white. There you go. Dawn. Oh, here's a fun... There. How's that? Okay, just playing around now. All right, there we go. No filter. All right, you guys, it is 10 after 7. Once again, I always say thank you for being here. Again, I'm waving my magic wand for each and every one of you, because I want more for you. You know, let's always look at how can we be better tomorrow than we are today. And it's one little step. It doesn't have to be giant steps. So, Mandy says, before I came in, love, I took my pupper for a walk. They keep you moving. Yes, they keep us happy. Paula says, I have been for 30 years. Yes. Howie, peace and love to you, my friend. Always great to see you. And thank you so much, Mandy. Great. Thanks. Appreciate you jumping on. So, Kenny says, you've been what? 19 for 30 years. What? P squared? I know. Listen, you know, live the good life, and you don't have to lie too much. I don't know. Yeah. So much love to all of you. And I will see you next week. So watch out for the video that I'm gonna put out on Bill's farm. We had a wonderful, wonderful time yesterday. So peace and love to each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. Hey, and I'm almost to 800 subscribers. I would love it if you guys would take and share my channel, because we're at, I think I'm 15 away from 800. My goal was to be at 1,000 by the end of this year. So, so fingers crossed, and thanks to you, I am getting there. So appreciate all your love and support. Okay. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.